Hello, everyone.
Hi, I'm Kim.
And I'm Kat.
And this is Kim and Kat Read a Book. And so we're coming...
Part two.
Yeah, so we actually recorded this a week ago. And I've been really sick. You'll probably hear me cough a little bit. But my coughing was so loud that it just didn't work.
Some of the audio was unusable.
Yeah.
And so we're doing it again.
Yeah.
I've always got a lot to say about this book because I really enjoyed this book. But before we get into the Eyre Affair, we're going to talk about what I've been working on. So I'm going to put in some pictures of the pants that I finished the week before. Because I already gave them to the person who commissioned them from me. And then the shirt that I also had in the last video that I'd started, I had to rip it back because it was too skinny. I had to make it a little wider so an actual person could wear it. Mm-hmm. But in the meantime...
Well, let me just say, I just want to say, the pants are freaking amazing. They're
really like them.
Kind of like these granny squares that Kat has sewn together. Mm-hmm. And they are like fitted, and then they flare out like bell bottoms.
Yeah, they look
at the bottom.
Really good on her. You just knocked my books on the ground.
Yeah, we have special guest Dickens with us again this time. Boop boop. Yeah, so he's going to be causing a little trouble while we're talking. But yeah, anyway, they look phenomenal. So we'll try and post a picture. We'll expand our video editing skills to include inserting photos. Yay. So anyway, go ahead. What are you working on now?
Yes. So I'm working on hat number 7. You don't need this. I promise you. I'm actually using. I took an Intarsia class at at the Frayed Knot, and this was some of the yarn left over because Intarsia made me want to rip my hair out. So it's sock yarn that I'm holding double to make the hat.
Nice.
And then I talked about it I think it was the last video. So maybe it was it wasn't the last video. It was the Time Traveler's Wife video. I said I was going to make some hats and do some duplicate stitch to put a pattern on it, and this is the first duplicate stitch hat. I'm about halfway through with putting a book on the front, and it's coming out in the picture. It's coming out way cooler than it looks in real life. What I'm going to have to do is duplicate stitch over the background to actually bring it forward so you can kind of actually see it. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know it. And then the last thing, I'm wearing it, and it is my crochet rib cage. I saw a picture of somebody wearing this a couple of years ago, and I kind of ad-libbed it from there. But I made it in glow-in-the-dark yarn. So
super cool.
It's pretty cool. And I wore it to a concert at the beginning of the month on October 1st, and somebody at the concert was like, "Oh, that's cool." And I turned to them super fast and I was like, "I can make you one." And she's like, "Oh, really? How much would that cost?" And I went, and I gave them a number, and then they just handed me cash. And I said this in the last one, they still have not gotten back to me. It is still sitting in my house. Like, I got paid for it, so I'm okay, but I feel kind of bad that Halloween's like 5 days from now, and they don't have their Halloween garb.
That's so weird that you would think she would be like responsive to you and
right.
reach out and be like, "Hey, it's ready. It's ready." So, bummer.
I know. Bummer for her. Great boon for her.
So I'm working on my October gnome, shocking to everyone. And I've actually made quite a bit of progress in this last week. So here's it's a mystery gnome, so I didn't know what it was going to look like, which is always kind of fun with gnomes. In general, I don't like mystery knit-alongs because for like shawls or whatever, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. So but for gnomes, I feel like it doesn't matter what they look like; they're still gonna be fun. So anyway, so here is my pumpkin gnome with his little hat, his little squished hat. And then I've got little feet. Here's one of them, the little feet that are gonna dangle. And then I've got his beard and his nose that I finished yesterday. And the beard is upstairs blocking. And then today or tomorrow I'll assemble him and he'll be done. Just in time. The other thing that I'm working on is a holiday doodle stocking, but I left it at the shop not accidentally. I purposefully left it at the shop because we're going back today to watch Practical Magic and hang out this afternoon. So anyway, I left it there thinking I wouldn't need it, forgetting that we were going to record our little episode. So maybe we'll put in a picture of that as well. Yeah, that's right. It's coming along nicely.
It looks really good. And then you were fighting yesterday with the baubles, but I think they really do
turned
make
out
it
really well. Yeah. I hate baubles. Let's talk about baubles for a hot second. I think that they're the worst thing in knitting. Probably right up there with picking up stitches. And actually, I probably do hate picking up stitches more. But baubles, they're so annoying to work, and they often look horrible.
I guess I don't have much experience looking, or like I've never made a bauble in knitting. But like looking at them, I think that it makes it very textured. And other than with cabling, I don't see much texturing in knitting. So I think that it's like a cool technique.
Okay.
So, but I've never made one. So, and
some people don't mind making baubles.
Who was it? We when I first started going to the Frayed Knot, there was somebody in there who was making like a whole sweater, like a whole family of sweaters.
Oh, that was Mick.
That's right, Mick. She was making eyeball sweaters for like everybody in her family, and they're not literally baubles, but it's the same technique.
Sort of idea. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I would mind making those because those are kind of like short rows.
Wide enough. Okay.
But I don't know. Anyway, something about baubles just really
no, you're good.
Makes me crazy. But I put them on anyway because they're the cute little berries and the holly. So yeah, anyway, I'm trying to think. I'm leaving on Friday to go to a conference in DC, and I'm trying to figure out what project I want to bring to that. So I need to figure that out today probably so I can wind to my yarn.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about the book.
The Eyre Affair.
The Eyre Affair.
By Jasper Fforde.
Yeah, so Jasper Fforde has long been one of my favorite authors. I just think he is so creative and so off the wall. And he just has a wonderful imagination, and these like worlds that he builds, I think, are just like super fun.
I agree. I mean, the way to my heart is puns, and every character, every background dialogue, every like plot point is a pun, but within the universe, it's completely serious, and there's no like recognition that somebody has just made a joke. And somehow that is so much funnier to me. Like
the name of that one. I mean, this isn't really a pun, but the name of one of the like characters that we don't like is named Jack Shit, but like SCHITT.
Yes.
So he's just always Jack Shit, Jack Shit. And but no one notices in the book.
It's not like I had to say his name, or like, isn't it funny that he's named that? It's
or just like people don't like make fun of him in the book for his name. Like that's just his name.
Exactly. Everybody has weird names in the book, and not like weird like an amalgamation of letters that is hard to pronounce. Just like it's a joke. It's a reference to something that would be hilarious in our universe, but isn't in theirs. Because in their universe, everything is very literary focused. So like famous authors are theologians, I guess. They come up with like ways of life, like policies on how people should live, and their books are taken as basically gospel.
Yeah, we were talking about how like little, almost like religious cults rise up around certain authors, and there's and conspiracies like who actually, there's like groups that are like who actually wrote Shakespeare's plays, and wasn't it like there's a group called the Baconians?
Yes. I think there were 3 groups. One of them was the Shakespearean people who were just like convinced that other people had written Shakespeare's plays, that Shakespeare himself did not exist, and that they were like the Jehovah's Witnesses of the world. Like they were knocking on people's door and be like, have you heard of this person? He's the one who actually wrote Romeo and Juliet or whatever. And she just of course slams the door in his face like, I don't need this right now.
Yeah, but anyway, that just gives you a sense of like, it's so important in their world, like books and literature, that they have really heated arguments, and like politics kind of like can revolve around it and stuff like that. The other thing that I really like, and this kind of goes along with the puns, is he'll do, so just as like a note, it's less fun to listen as an audiobook because he does weird things with text, like he'll have, what was it with the little worms?
The word worms.
The word worms.
The Lambersands. And so that's my favorite scene in the book, is the scene where the worms eat the words of a book, and what they poop out is like apostrophes and ambersands. And so then the text that the other characters are speaking start having more of those, but they're still contextual. So like anytime there would be an AND, it's an ampersand. And so when I'm reading it, I know that they're saying the land they demand is blah blah blah, but I'm reading it as the lambersand that they demand a sand is, and that's great, and that's fantastic, and I love it.
Yeah. So the book is full of fun things like that. This is the first in a series. And I will say that this book is not my favorite in the series. Actually, it's a really solid intro where you meet the characters. He does like the world building stuff, because it's like an alternate universe of England,
where dodos exist.
Yeah,
it's all kinds of crazy stuff. There's time travel. Our main character can jump into books by reading them out loud.
But only, not really. Like it happens to her like once or twice in her life in like kind of mysterious circumstances. But her uncle has developed a machine that allows people to like enter literature.
That's fair.
And so that's what the whole like plot is centering around, is some people want that machine to do bad things, nefarious things, because in this world, if you were to change an original manuscript, like the first edition,
it would change all subsequent ones.
Yeah,
so everything,
so they're all linked. Yeah,
and that includes like pamphlets that are written about the original thing. So I feel like I'm pretty sure. So I think there was a bit in one of the Shakespeare people, they gave her a thing, and she was like, what? What is this? What are you talking about? Because somebody had changed the book that pamphlet was written about. She's like, this is not how this goes. So it changes the physical book, but it does not change the history of that book or what people remember about it. So if somebody had like memorized Romeo and Juliet and then somebody changed it to Bomeo and Juliet, everybody would still be like, no, that's an R and a J. There are no B's there. Even though it would be physically written down as Bomeo and Juliet. like the Bomeo and Juliet.
Yeah, so anyway, it's a fun read. It's a short read. There are no real spoilers per se. It's not like one of those books that has like twists or anything in it. You just are like trying to catch this criminal the whole time, and he's like trying to do his nefarious stuff.
He's just an evil guy.
Yeah, he just does evil for the sake of evil.
Right.
And they're basically trying to track him down and stop him from changing original manuscripts.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I first read these books a long time ago, probably at least 15 years ago.
And I
but
read
then
it in January.
yes, but then we reread it and as part of our book club at the Frayed Knot, and I still have forgotten a lot of it. Like last week,
it's
I had
the little
to
things, right?
I had to reread Wikipedia's account because I was like, no, I've read this book like 2 or 3 times and I still can't remember
I'll say,
minor plot points.
I'll say that a lot of that is because the first like 200 pages are just world building, and it's a complicated world that you have to set up because you can't just say they think like here's what they think about literature, here's what they think about these characters. Like they have to explain what her job is because the job does not exist. She tracks down literary criminals because she's a literary detective. They have to explain like how time travel exists. Not necessarily the time travel comes up in this book, but it is setting up for future books. Which in future books it takes kind of a turn from this book. And I think that they do a really good job of that. I guess it just kind of feels that the plot on the like blurb to get you to read the book does not start until about halfway through or about 200 pages in. Yeah. And so it's kind of like, I'm looking forward to that, and then it doesn't start. But then it's, your generic super evil guy who cannot be stopped by any means. And then it's just like, no, just kidding. Actually, it ends up pretty wrapped up nice and tight with a bow right there at the end. In a good way. Yeah. In a good way.
And yeah, so to your point, like it's called the Eyre Affair, but Jane Eyre really doesn't come up until halfway or more into the book. But what's funny is I was reading online, I've never read Jane Eyre.
No, I have not also.
Yeah. And online when I was reading last weekend, it said, a knowledge of Jane Eyre, like having read it before, will increase your enjoyment of this text. So I don't know if that's true or not.
Perhaps.
But yeah, because there's like intricacies on like the plot points of Jane Eyre and how like things are changing, and even though I know like the broad overarching story of Jane Eyre,
Right. Don't know the specific details. Yeah. I think the issue specifically is that because Jane Eyre is in first person, they cannot interact with the main character within the story. Because if they do, it'll change the original document and thus change all of the documents that come after. And then now, would that be a bad thing? Probably, because maybe their society is based off of literature, and that is one of them. That was one of the political, religious, whatever they want to call it, sects that like people would base their life around, I guess.
Yeah,
it's a little unclear.
I don't know
what exactly they do with these obsessions with literature, but
they don't seem to have a point. It's just more that they exist, and it's something for people to be passionate about that don't have any meaning whatsoever, or any purpose, any greater purpose, other than they can argue back and forth with the other sects
about what it all means.
Yeah.
I will say one thing we didn't talk about last week or this week was the war that happens in the book.
Oh, the Crimean.
The Crimean War. So her brother died in the war. In not necessarily a sacrifice play. It was kind of like a, what was it? He failed as a leader, and they didn't know that going in, or coming out of it directly. They didn't know that. It wasn't until Tuesday Next, our main characters.
Thursday Next.
Thursday? Why do I keep doing that? I did that last time and I did it this time. What is my obsession with Tuesday?
We know a Tuesday, so that could be it.
Oh, that's true. We do know a Tuesday.
Yes, one of the women that comes to the knit group is named Tuesday. Which, when I met her like 5 years ago or whatever, that the first thing I thought of was this book. I was like, oh, your name's Tuesday? Have you heard of the Thursday Next series? But I didn't say that because she wouldn't.
No, probably not. I mean, maybe she did, I guess, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm sorry, Thursday. I don't know why I keep calling it Tuesday, but yeah. Thursday. Thursday's brother or fiance basically court-martialed the dead brother and was like, yeah, he's the reason that mission failed. And she did not see that. She did not see what he saw, so she blamed him.
She was
separated.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's, I guess, a little bit of a side mystery that's going on, or a side plot where, you know, her and her ex are like kind of interacting, and she's like mad at him and whatever. Yeah, but I think it's a good book. It's a fun, like, read if you just need something to get you out of a slump or want to try something out a little different.
Yeah, and it's short. It's easy. It was it was probably 300 something pages, but it felt like it was about 400 pages. But it felt like it was that. Like,
yeah,
I think I read it in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Which I read a lot of things in 2 days, mostly just because I set arbitrary timelines for myself and then procrastinate on reading.
Yeah.
But this one was an enjoyable 2 days.
Nice. Yeah, so anyway, our plan next is for book club at the knit group, we're reading The Shining.
That one.
The Shining. Yeah. Which is exciting for me because I've actually never seen the movie or read the book, so I have no idea. I only know like a little bit of the
that much book.
Oh gosh. I guess that's better than the other side.
No, that's 2 books.
Oh, okay.
The other side is 2 other books.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm excited because I know like a few of the iconic like pictures that are associated with the movie, but
Shelley Duvall.
But anyway, before that, because that is going to be a little bit
December.
That's December. But before that, we're going to try something new, and we're each going to read a different book, and we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to read, or I'm in the process of reading If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. And you can see, actually, I borrowed this from a friend, and my cats just like destroyed it. So
someone didn't want to find out what would happen if they were a villain. So I guess
right?
they chose their path.
I have been reading and have had cats for so many years, and this is the first time that they have decided that this book must die. And while I can't know for sure who did it, I blame Scout, our unofficial mascot. Who isn't showing his face right now, probably because he's ashamed.
He's ashamed?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Your punishment is you don't get to be in this video, Scott. If you show up, I'm going to edit you out. And then the book that I'm going to be talking about is The Spear That Cuts Through Water by Simon Jimenez. I believe it's Simon, not Simone. But this is a fantasy novel that I read for a book club in August at the Stacks. And it had mixed reviews, but I was one of those really positive ones. And it uses certain like literary techniques that I thought were pretty clever. And I think if you get past that, or if you can understand why they used those, it makes it for a better book than if you're just reading the words on the page. And I enjoyed it. So I'm excited to talk about this. And I don't have anything else to say. I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Yes, make sure that you like
and subscribe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.